Your brain's reward system, the very engine of motivation, is being systematically desensitized by the constant deluge of instant gratification. You see, the modern digital landscape, particularly the relentless stream of short, high-impact videos, isn't just distracting you, it's fundamentally altering your neural architecture. This isn't a problem of willpower. It's a direct consequence of your brain adapting to an unnaturally stimulating environment. In the moments ahead, you will gain a profound understanding of a specific neuroscientific phenomenon known as dopamine blunting, grasping precisely how chronic exposure to easily accessible, high-stimulus content reshapes your brain's reward pathways, elevating its threshold for what it perceives as genuinely engaging. This insight will unveil why focused, demanding work now feels incredibly tedious, and how your baseline motivation has been subtly eroded. At its core, your brain operates on a sophisticated reward prediction system, largely orchestrated by the neurotransmitter dopamine. This isn't just about pleasure. Dopamine is the chemical currency of motivation, driving you towards goals by signaling importance and novelty. When you anticipate a reward, dopamine surges in regions like the nucleus accumbens, propelling you to act. But here's the critical catch. This system is designed for a world where rewards were scarce, hard-won, and unpredictable. Imagine our ancestors hunting, enduring hours of effort for a single significant payoff. Their dopamine system was primed for delayed gratification. Now, fast forward to today. Every swipe, every tap, every new short video delivers an immediate, potent, and unpredictable dopamine hit. Your brain registers this as an avalanche of constant, high-value signals. What happens next is a brilliant, yet detrimental adaptation. Think about it. When a light source is consistently bright, your eyes adjust, narrowing the pupil and making normal light sources appear dim by comparison. Your dopamine system functions similarly. Faced with this overwhelming cascade of instant, highly stimulating rewards, your brain, in an effort to maintain equilibrium and prevent overstimulation, begins to downregulate its dopamine receptors. It essentially builds a tolerance. This mechanism, known as dopamine blunting, was extensively explored in research by Leo and colleagues 2021, who demonstrated a clear correlation between patterns of digital media consumption and altered reward system sensitivity. Your brain literally becomes less sensitive to dopamine's effects. The number of receivers for dopamine decreases, or their efficiency is reduced, meaning that the same amount of dopamine now produces a much weaker signal. This isn't just theoretical, it's a measurable physiological change. The mundane, yet essential tasks of daily life, reading a dense report, solving a complex problem, engaging in deep conversation, which once offered subtle, sustained dopamine rewards, now barely register. Their inherent value to your brain has been drastically diminished, making them feel incredibly uninteresting, even boring. This is why the sustained effort required for meaningful work now feels like an uphill battle against an internal, invisible force. This neural recalibration doesn't merely make difficult tasks seem less appealing, it actively sabotages your ability to perform them. When your dopamine system is blunted, your brain requires an increasingly higher level of stimulation just to feel baseline engagement. Consider the profound impact this has on your work. Imagine attempting to write a 2,000-word strategic plan. Before dopamine blunting, your brain would register the eventual completion, the intellectual challenge, and the sense of accomplishment as a compelling, albeit delayed, reward. Dopamine would drip-feed motivation, sustaining your focus. Now, after hours immersed in the rapid-fire dopamine hits of short-form content, your brain's bar for interesting has skyrocketed. The nuanced complexity of the strategic plan, its slow build of understanding and delayed gratification, feels like a static hum next to the roaring engine of instant digital stimulation. Your attention wanders, not because you lack willpower, but because your brain is desperately seeking the familiar, potent dopamine surges it has grown accustomed to. It's a literal craving for higher intensity. Is your work truly boring, or is something else at play? This phenomenon manifests as a dramatic increase in task switching, a pervasive feeling of restlessness, and a profound difficulty initiating and sustaining attention on cognitively demanding activities. You might find yourself opening a document only to almost immediately flip to a news feed or pick up your phone, rationalizing it as a brief break, only to lose 20 minutes to endless scrolling. Research by Lowe and Kanai, 2015, highlighted the measurable impact of constant digital engagement on attention, demonstrating how high smartphone use correlated with decreased sustained attention and impaired metacognitive awareness of one's own attentional state. Your brain now perceives the slow burn of focused work as a threat to its newly elevated stimulation requirements. The result is a significant drop in productivity, a feeling of being constantly overwhelmed, and a profound sense that you simply can't focus anymore. This isn't a personal failing. It's a direct consequence of a brain struggling to function optimally under an unnatural neurochemical burden. Your internal reward compass is miscalibrated, making the path to deep work feel utterly devoid of value. The good news is that just as your brain adapts to overstimulation, it can also adapt to a more balanced, intentional approach. Here are 3 specific, brain-based strategies you can implement immediately to recalibrate your dopamine system and reclaim your focus. First, embrace what we call a dopamine reset morning. The critical window here is the first 90 minutes of your day. Immediately upon waking, resist the urge to grab your phone. Instead, dedicate this initial period to zero stimulation activities. This means no screens, no music, no podcasts, no instant messaging, and no news consumption. Engage in simple, low dopamine activities like drinking a glass of water, stretching, meditating in silence, or journaling with pen and paper. This deliberate withholding of easy dopamine hits sends a powerful signal to your brain. The day's rewards will be earned, not simply consumed. The expected brain response is a gradual upregulation of dopamine receptors and an increased sensitivity to everyday stimuli, making your first focused work block of the day feel significantly more engaging and less daunting. The result is a foundational shift in your brain's reward baseline, allowing mundane tasks to carry more weight and intrinsic interest. Second, integrate structured micro-rewards into your workday. This strategy directly leverages your brain's predictive reward system. Instead of random breaks for highly stimulating content, intentionally schedule short, low dopamine rewards after periods of concentrated effort. For example, work with intense focus for 45 minutes on a single task. Once that block is complete, allow yourself a 5-minute break that involves simple movement, stepping away from your screen, or perhaps a brief, silent walk. The key is to avoid anything that provides a rapid, high-intensity dopamine spike, like social media or short videos. This method trains your prefrontal cortex to associate sustained effort with a predictable, gentle reward. The brain begins to understand that effort leads to a break, not that a break interrupts effort. This strengthens the neural pathways for delayed gratification, gradually restoring your ability to engage in long-form, complex work without constant internal resistance. The expected result is an improved ability to sustain attention and a reduction in the urge to constantly seek novel distractions. Third, meticulously design your monk mode environment. Your brain is highly susceptible to environmental cues. To maximize focus, minimize every potential trigger for novelty-seeking behavior. Dedicate a specific workspace, even if it's just one corner of a room, that is entirely free of digital distractions. Turn off all notifications on your computer and phone and place your phone in another room or a drawer. Close all unnecessary browser tabs. Consider using brown noise or binaural beats as a consistent, non-distracting auditory backdrop. The specific method here involves stripping away all the visual and auditory cues that typically signal a potential dopamine hit. This creates a neural landscape of intentional boredom, forcing your brain to find engagement within the task at hand. The expected brain response is a redirection of attentional resources from external novelty to internal cognitive processing. The result is a dramatic reduction in cognitive load and a significantly enhanced capacity for deep, uninterrupted work, allowing you to access and sustain flow states more readily. You are not merely a passive recipient of your brain's current state. You are now equipped with the precise knowledge to actively reshape your neural landscape. Understanding dopamine blunting transforms the narrative around your productivity struggles. You are not inherently lazy. Your brain has simply been overstimulated. You are not unmotivated. Your reward pathways have been desensitized. This isn't a battle of willpower against a flawed self. It's an opportunity to intelligently collaborate with your own neurochemistry. You now perceive challenges like procrastination and a wandering mind not as personal failures, but as clear signals from a brain yearning for recalibration, ready to be guided back to its optimal state of sustained intrinsic engagement. You now possess the operating manual to consciously engineer an environment and a routine that fosters profound focus rather than eroding it. Now that you possess the intricate mechanics of your brain's reward system and its susceptibility to digital overstimulation, it's time to put this powerful knowledge into immediate action. Take command of your neurochemistry and unlock levels of sustained focus you once thought impossible. There are even deeper layers to understanding your brain's innate capacity for profound cognitive performance, and our next exploration will reveal another surprising secret, one that will fundamentally change how you approach learning and memory.